Hey everyone, there will still be a normal video today, but I need to take an opportunity to talk about something important, because life exists outside of gaming. Over the last year, I've made it a personal goal to use this channel to do more than simply host videos and build community, and that is to use it for charitable fundraising. We've had the first day of smashing for the Red Cross, and a second one for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and there will even be a third one for the Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance in April. But today, I'm actually starting a different fundraiser, one that I didn't anticipate starting, and that is for the March of Dimes. The March of Dimes is an organization whose mission is to end preventable maternal health risks and death, end preventable preterm birth and infant death, and close the health equity gap. Among the many things they do is offer support to families that have dealt with miscarriage and pregnancy loss, an often invisible but devastating reality that affects more and more families every year. Families which, as of last week, include my own. On March 7th, my wife and I suspected that she was pregnant with our second child, which was immediately confirmed. 8 days later, we lost that child. Make no mistake, this is an absolutely devastating feeling, but I am fortunate to have a strong support network, including too many friends who have walked this journey already. Not everyone is as fortunate as we are to have those resources, and I am still struggling with this, so I could only imagine how others must feel when they encounter this pain. So as part of my own grieving and healing process, I want to change that feeling of helplessness for others. I want to make this child's life matter. So I want to use this tragedy as an opportunity to make a difference in the lives of others, and I need your help to do that. For the next 7 weeks, I will be hosting a fundraiser. I am not asking for your money, I am asking for your time. I am asking my extended network to join me in honoring this child by playing what would have been my gift to them, which is Erudia. I'm calling this event Erudia Battle for Births, and I'll explain more about why I'm choosing to honor them this way in a moment. But first, the details. For every unique person who plays this game and shares the results on our Discord, my family will donate $10 to the March of Dimes, up to $1,000. My employer will double this, enabling your time to have a further impact. And I am working on adding more and more sponsors who can do the same to make the maximum impact in the lives of others. If you have Tabletop Simulator, it's super easy to get started. If you don't, we have guest licenses you can borrow. A few hours of your time can help ensure that someone else gets to enjoy the rest of their life a little bit more. You may be wondering why I'm choosing this type of fundraiser, but there is an inescapable reality that Erudia, this child, and my living child are linked forever. This is a game that admittedly would have been released already had I not been a parent, but family is everything to me. You can see in the rulebook that the game has always been dedicated to my firstborn as a legacy I can give to her. From the very beginning, one of the stated goals of this project was to inspire the next generation of gamers, like Final Fantasy inspired me when I was growing up, and that included my own children. It's a 2-player game, and we always wanted 2 children, and they could have grown up together playing it. Then there is the timing. Because of the parenting delay, the physical prototype arrived on March 6th. I took this photo that night, feeling like my dream was coming close to reality. The very next day is when we suspected our family would be growing, and part of my excitement was that I would get the chance to dedicate the game to both my children. That a game literally about siblings and family was made in their honor from the moment they were envisioned. And sadly, that won't happen. Days before our first official showing as Brigand Games, we lost that child, and any excitement that I had for taking that next step will always be in the shadow of the memory of what we lost. But it doesn't have to stay that way. I may not be able to honor this child with this game, but I can honor them through it. And so I'm asking for your help to make this child's life matter, to make the short lives of many other pregnancy losses matter. Because this story, and those like it, can bring hope and healing to millions of people, which is how I would want to raise my children, to live their life in selfless service of others, to do something that, had the baby survived, they would be proud to know what was done in their honor. And because this is a community-driven game, I can't think of a better way to cement that than with a community-designed commemorative card, which I plan to include in the core set, so that the child is honored after all. It could be a treasury card, or it could be a thief acolyte. I haven't decided yet. But I invite you to be part of that activity, to celebrate the life that could have been, and to be part of something that I plan to do yearly so that this child is not just a memory, but a cause that makes someone's life better. Being a parent is the greatest honor of my life. In this time of grief, I look at my child and realize how lucky we are to have her in our life. And I think about how much harder this would be if we didn't have her, which is the reality for so many who go through this type of loss. Unless you experience it yourself, there is no way to truly understand the depth of grief that comes with losing a child that you never got to meet. But we can still band together to make that journey easier for those who do. So please consider joining me in honoring this child's memory and raise money for this important cause. You can find a link to the Discord in the description of this video, where there are resources to help you get started. But most importantly, thanks for being part of my community.